playing good football right now, but we got to play good at home. You know, our first 2 games at home, we hadn't played our best, losing homecoming. Didn't have our best game against Bethune, but found a way to win it. So I'm looking forward to these 2 at home and, you know, putting a good product on the field.
Can you put your finger on that, just like the away to home, I guess splits, like have you seen something different with how the
I mean, we just got to be consistent. You know, I've been saying that, you know, as a football team, and like I said, we're finally turning the curve. I think we're starting to come together as a team. These guys are starting to play hard for each other, for the coaches and everything. So we just got to display that this weekend in the vet.
Can you talk about Herb Mulligan and his status for the game?
He was out there today. He moved around a little bit, you know, didn't look bad. So, you know, we'll take it day by day, see how it goes with him, you know, with the pain tolerance in that foot.
With Texas Southern, is there anything in particular that you guys are kind of focusing on with them?
They're a good football team. They're a really good football team. They was up on a really good FAMU team, 14 points, didn't finish it out. Last week they had Southern down in the fourth quarter, 17-7. So, you know, they got some athletes over there. Coach McKinley is doing a great job with their football team, but we got to be ready to play. You know, we don't want to take this team lightly. We got to put together good offensive plan, defensive plan, special teams plan, and, you know, be ready to go this weekend.
Coach, can you talk about maybe your plans to stop their running back? He's leading the SWAC in rushing, and their number 2 back as well.
Yeah, we got to get 11 hands to the football. That's what we talked about out there at practice today. You know, it's got to be gang tackling out there when you're trying to stop a running back like that, and they committed to the run game. So we understand that, you know, we want to try to take that away from them. That's their strength on offense, and try to, you know, make the quarterback beat us throwing the football.
2-part question. You had some NFL scouts come by practice here last couple weeks. Anyone specific they were kind of coming to look at? And then 2, I know you probably can't say, but 2, what's it like having those guys still come through? Because before, you know, maybe Deion Sanders, there weren't many scouts coming to these practices.
It talks about the recruiting and the type of players we brought in here, you know, this year. You know, we got some guys that can really play the game, you know, and going to have an opportunity to play on the next level. And JSU has always been a hotbed for, you know, NFL pro talent. So anytime those guys are stopping through here, is letting you know you bringing in the right players in here and they're doing the right things this season.
Coach, dovetailing off of that when it comes to the talent and the way y'all have recruited, I guess, is it a feather in your cap how proud are you of the offensive system, the way you recruited, the fact that you can switch to Jacoby and pull up 40 points. You had Jason Brown. Y'all had high-scoring games. What does it say about the program that y'all can switch and still have success?
Well, I've said it since day one. You know, all those guys can play at quarterback. We got some guys in here, you know, Zod, Jason, and you see what Jacobian is doing. Those guys can really play the game. Jacobian just had a situation early in the year where he had surgery on that hand, wasn't able to get on the football field, but he was right there competing with those guys and everything. So just like you said, you know, you try to get the best talent in here. I think we've done a good job of that. We're going to continue to add good football players here moving forward, and, you know, continue to work to get the best talent to win football games.
Coach, what do you tell your team now that, you know, obviously, you know, the news of family winning the SWAC East? You know, how do you keep them motivated throughout the rest of this season? Obviously, you want to continue to win games. I know you mentioned on the SWAC call you wanted to finish what you start. How do you keep them motivated with that?
I mean, it's still, you got games on the schedule left to play, you know, and that's what it's all about. Anytime you still got opportunity to play football games, like he just asked, you got scouts still evaluating players here, and, you know, we want to finish this thing on a good note, you know, going into the recruiting season, going into next season. We got a great football team returning. We got a lot of players coming back, so it's all about finishing on the right note. We got to play well, you know, finally a complete game, you know, this past weekend, but, you know, you want to finish it the right way. And, you know, going into recruiting, doing things the right way with that, you know, it's still some good players want to be a part of this program. But so, and then you talk about these next 2 games. We talk about the Texas Southern, and we all know what the Alcorn game is about. You know, everybody's kind of looking forward to that one. So, you know, these dudes just work hard and they love to play football.
Coach, can you talk about Armenta and Jacoby? You have 2 SWAC players of the week, same week.
Yeah, Leilani has just been getting better, you know, every week. She's been working her tail off out there. And I told her earlier in the week, we're going to play you this week. I'm going to give you an opportunity to go out there and really kick it. That leg is getting stronger. And she went out there and did it. You know, she's a very accurate kicker, you know, very proud of her. She was excited, cheering, you know, the players were excited. It was just a new energy out there. Same with Jacobian. shoot, the kid 6'4", 220 pounds, that can really sling the football, them played at his highest level. And he's back at home and playing in front of his home crowd. You know, this Jackson, he grew up in Canton, so I'm excited for him, you know, to be able to come back at home in a city you grew up in and, you know, play right there at Canton High. I can't say enough for, you know, the success he's having right now.
You mentioned Jacoby being local. You got a couple of guys that are really contributing that are local. How important is that for the city and for the program to have these local kids?
Oh, it puts butt in the seats. You know, people want to come see their local talent, and there's some good talent around here, including the entire state. We're going to continue to recruit the state of Mississippi because I know what those players mean to us, and like I said, it sells tickets. But these guys making an impact on this football team. You know, Isaiah Spencer's. It's a bunch of guys. B.J. Washington, you know, unfortunately he had an injury this past weekend, but was having a great season. So those guys are really contributing, and I can't say enough about them.
Coach, can you talk about the quarterback coach and the job he's done?
Oh yeah, Quinn Billerman is a guy that played quarterback for me when I was at North Carolina Central as an OC, and then he got into the coaching game. He's been all over the place with. He was at Rice, he was at Duke. Very knowledgeable guy, and he spends and puts in the work and the time with those guys and been getting the most out of them, getting them coached up, making sure they understand the plan, the offensive system, and what we're trying to do week in, week out.
Coach, on Arminta, were you guys aware of the history that she could made or that she did make? Like after the game, when y'all realized she was like the first to? I
really didn't realize it till after the game, because like I told her, with you know, this not no publicity stunt. You know, we want her to go. Those kicks was during critical moments. You know, she's just a good football player. She did it in high school. So I believe in her. This team believes in her. And, you know, once you did see it after the game, I did see that. I was like, wow, you know, that was huge for her and this program. So I was very excited for her, and I'm excited for the future of her, you know, what she brings to the table.
Coach, you have like now that was a weakness to your kicking game. Now it's going to be a strength going forward. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we getting exactly what you said. You know, you look at Matt Noel, we got him back, and he was booming it this past weekend. He's getting back healthy. Dylan Watson is continuing to get better. Leilani, once we get Gerard Abeza back from, he's having surgery and everything. We knew we had the pieces here. It was just about getting everybody healthy and back upright.
No more questions. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.